Good morning.
Good morning, world. Yay!
Good morning, everyone. It's the 3rd of April, 2026. We're coming live to you from multiple locations. Please let us know where you're watching from. Hashtag KMT for a chance to
A baseball
win
cap.
Florida,
a baseball cap. A
Yeah.
Kiltz Health.
Florida, Virginia, Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we
We're
got
going to be talking
Brian
this morning
here.
with
Nowicki.
Brian.
Is that it?
And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Don't forget to put hashtag KMT with your questions and QQQ with your questions in the chat. Alia, do we have any announcements?
Yes. I want to let everyone know. At times, people have asked me to do payment plans, and we've done emails, gone back and forth. We have fixed the easy button for the Kiltz Health Coaching Certification course. So you can just go directly and sign up. You don't need to email me. We don't need to do all this weird stuff to get you in the course. It's fixed. So you can pay in full if you like, or you can pay in 5 simple payments. And you can start right away with the first payment. You go right into the course. So I wanted to just announce that in case anybody had been wanting to do the course and didn't know about how to do a payment plan.
And we're going to work on sliding scale and grants. That's coming later.
That's coming.
But most of all, invest in what's the most important thing to invest in? Yourself, right? Health and wellness. I think we've been led astray. Maybe that's the problem in life. And we got Brian Nowicki here to tell us his story of how carnivore. Are you a vegan, by the way, Brian?
No, I am not.
Ali has a propensity to bring on the opposites, but it's good for the conversation.
I'm done.
Dr. Nelson, you want to lead the way?
So, after struggling with weight and chronic pain, Brian achieved a staggering 85-pound weight loss, with 60 of those pounds vanishing in just the first 3 months. Beyond the scale, he was successful at reversing atrial fibrillation, eliminated debilitating arthritis and back pain, and cleared a lifelong struggle with mild depression. Most recently, Brian shocked the medical community by recovering from a complete hamstring tear in just 2 months, half the expected time, and achieving a perfect 0 on his CAC score, CAC score, in late 2025. You can find him sharing his journey across social media as Wikibor. Welcome to the morning show, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, everyone.
Go ahead and
I want to say,
tell us the bigger story. That was a very short summary. Tell us your bigger story for those that may not know you.
sure. I want to say really quickly, I noticed somebody in the comments is from Stafford, Virginia. That's exactly where I am from. So hello from Stafford. It's pretty cool.
All right. All right.
Okay, so let's see. I'm 52 years old, and I would say most of my adult life, by my mid 20s or so, I started to gain weight, and I've been overweight. Tried lots of different things to try and lose weight, and nothing really seemed to work for me. Maybe back about 10 years ago or so, I actually did lose a good amount of weight, but I couldn't keep it off. And it really had to do with restricting myself too much, how much I was eating, that kind of stuff. So obviously, if you're not eating a lot, you're going to lose weight, but then that's very hard to do long term. So I gained the weight back. So that takes me to the 2022 time period. So almost 4 years ago, actually right around this time, 4 years ago, I kind of hit rock bottom. I had A-Fib, like was already mentioned, for probably 4 or 5 years at that point. And it progressively got worse to where I was having these episodes of A-Fib, at least 2 to 3 episodes a week, sometimes maybe more, but that was pretty much at least that was happening. And I had really bad back and hip pain. I couldn't sleep in bed longer than just a couple of hours. So I toss and turn for a couple hours, and then I'd go to the recliner for the rest of the night because I just could not sleep any longer in bed. I was in so much pain. So those are probably the two biggest things. And I had other things that would happen. Like I'd get these flare-ups like in my ankles or my knees where it would get really swollen and I couldn't walk for like a week or two at a time. And then that would go away. So I would say those are probably the biggest things that really were happening. And as I got to spring of 2022, like I said, I kind of hit rock bottom, and I said, I got to do something about this. And I actually started with keto. So I was doing more of a low carb type of thing and did that for a couple months, about 2-3 months or so. Didn't see a whole lot of improvement. Still had the A-Fib episodes as bad as they were. But I did lose maybe a few pounds doing that. And during that 3-month period, I was researching more about carnivore diet after watching like Dr. Barry talk about it. And so in July of 2022, I decided to go to carnivore. And so I cut out all carbohydrates pretty much at that point, any, plant material. And really quickly, I started to notice changes. Like Dr. Nelson said, first of all, in the first 3 months, I lost like 60 pounds. But in the first probably couple of weeks, I noticed that I was sleeping in bed all night, was not having the back pain and the hip pain anymore. So just within a couple of weeks, that was already happening for me. And I noticed that the A-Fib episodes had gone away. So my cardiologist had always told me it was just going to get worse. There wasn't really anything you could do other than having like an ablation done, which is where they burn out parts of your heart that are causing these signals to get mixed up. So it was a real surprise to him. I am now I'm like 3 months short of 4 years on carnivore, and I haven't had a single episode since maybe a couple weeks into carnivore, from going from like 2 to 3 episodes a week. And my cardiologist has done all kinds of tests. He's had me wear heart monitors for a couple weeks at a time, a month at a time. Of course, he had me do the CAC scan, but we did like ultrasounds and stress tests and all that kind of stuff, and cannot find any evidence of me going back into A-Fib anymore. Doesn't seem to find any problems there at all. And of course, he says that he's worried about me doing the carnivore. Well, I don't say I haven't told him I'm doing carnivore. I told him I'm doing low carb, but he says that he's worried about me doing low carb. So I don't know. Figure that one out, right?
He cares about you.
Yeah.
He cares about you. He's worried about you because there must be something wrong with you that your A-Fib has gone away, or the whatever causes it. So I guess the question is, based on your scientific experiment, what causes arrhythmias?
This is a good question. I think that it has a lot to do with insulin spiking in your body, right? But I think that there's different factors to it. I think there's an electrolyte factor. I think that it depends on if it's paroxysmal A-Fib or if it's more persistent A-Fib, that you're constantly in A-Fib. I have paroxysmal, which was intermittent. For me, again, based on my experience here, right? All I did was stop eating carbohydrates.
Plants.
Right.
Plants. Did you eat plants?
Yes. I ate lots of
now?
plants before. No.
So
I do not.
So I don't even know what a carbohydrate is or a protein is technically. We know what fat looks like. But okay, so insulin's job is to do what? Make
That's
fat.
the hell of me.
Make fat. Is insulin doing a good job at the job it's meant to do? We're all getting fat.
Sure, I would,
Okay,
yeah.
so how is that pathologic? If you have no insulin in your body, you're a type 1 diabetic, and there's no insulin given to you, no islet cell that transplants, are you going to last very long?
No.
You're going to die. Now, remember, what is the healthy diet we've all been recommended to eat? Is it high in animal fat or pretty much zero in animal fat?
Oh, it is zero, right?
Okay.
Everybody says low fat.
Low fat. Okay, low fat, no fat. And so you're eating a bunch of plants, and we blame your insulin as the problem. Are we dumb? Occam's razor says simple answer is the one. Heroin, cocaine, marijuana, nicotine, and poison ivy come from what?
Plants.
Plants. What toxin comes in a ribeye steak?
There isn't any.
Isn't any. So the question is, what causes A-Fib? What's the healthy lifestyle we've all taught to eat?
Yeah. Moderation of plants and so forth, right?
Well, plants and low fat. So
Yeah.
how does insulin cause disease? It
Yeah,
doesn't.
I don't know.
It doesn't. That's the complicated keto carnivore lie. Is there anything pathologic or wrong with your body's metabolic processes? Not one bit. Everything is actually working perfectly because you're getting fat on a plant-based diet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you went outside in the wintertime to find edible plants, would you find them easily?
Guess it depends on where you live, but not where I live.
Well, right. I mean, most people, let's say there's no agriculture, right? You're just wild plants. Go out and find edible plants. So you're fat in order to survive the fact that you can't find food. If you didn't eat, I mean, how long did it take you to lose 85 pounds?
A little over a year.
Okay. So a year to lose 85 pounds. How long might you have lived without food at all?
That's
85 days, at least. At least 85 days. So is fat on your body pathologic or biologic?
Pathologic, right?
No.
No. Biologic.
No, it's our ancient biology to get fat.
Okay.
Again, we've been taught that you're fat and you're effed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about your obesity? Great? Or like, oh, I'm fat, I'm unhealthy, I'm depressed.
Right.
Who teaches us to be that?
Society.
The lions that control the message, right? And so what's wrong with your insulin that gets you fat? How is that pathologic in a world that you're about to go through a famine or a war? Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, again, I'm just throwing some stupid shit because we're lied to by the lions on Jeffrey Island.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Dr. Nelson is like, Kiltz, shut the F up. And Ollie is like, oh, here he goes on that rant, right?
No, I like the rant.
No, go ahead, Dr. Nelson. Dr. Nelson keeps us going in the right direction.
I put an explanation of A-Fib a brief explanation for those that didn't know what A-Fib. I stayed away of putting a cause because the truth is, we don't know. I think Dr. Kiltz might be right. We're eating too many plants.
And not enough fat, because is a high protein diet good for us?
What do you? What's your definition of high protein?
Well,
That's the question, right?
is chicken, fish, and turkey fatty or lean?
Oh, it's going to be lean.
Okay, so is that technically, we would call it a protein poisoning diet? Because the question is, does your body want fat or want to be skinny?
Your body definitely wants fat.
Do we eat fat?
I do.
No. But in general, the world, the community. I mean, most people look at you and you're buying like the fattiest shit, meat and butter and the trimmings, and you're eating it, and they think your doctor thinks you're an idiot, right?
Right.
My cardiologist thinks the same thing too.
How old
But
is
he
your
does-
cardiologist? How old is he or she? Your cardiologist.
For me,
No,
Brian.
Yeah, yours.
Kiltz Cups.
Yours,
Oh.
Dr. Kiltz.
He's about my age. He's a young guy. He's a good guy.
Okay, fine.
He's a very good doctor. But again, and he refers patients to me to talk to them about, guess what?
Fertility.
Carnivore.
Oh,
Carnivore. Carnivore.
wow.
He believes in
That's
it.
nice.
But he knows most people will go like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Here's a
So
question.
Brian, what do you eat in a day?
It's mostly beef. I got to be honest. Kind of goes back to what you were talking about with some of the other foods being very lean. For me, I don't get that full feeling really and stay full when I eat like chicken, pork, that kind of stuff, right? And so I will occasionally eat chicken wings. I will have pork, I will have bacon, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it's beef. It's ground beef that I make into burger patties, or it's some sort of steak where there's ribeye, New York strip, that type of thing. And then I'll throw in eggs every once in a while. But that's pretty much what I eat. It's a lot of the same stuff every day.
And what does Kiltz eat pretty much every day?
Beef.
Beef. Fatty, rare to raw beef with salt and butter. And some days it's nothing. How many meals a day do you eat?
Lately I've been eating 2. It's usually either 1 or 2. And I have done some up to 72-hour fasts, nothing over 72 hours, but I have done that.
What would you say to someone who has cancer?
Well, again, like we were talking about with the plants, you want to get that out of your diet. There's been lots of people that have basically starved cancer by going to a carnivore-based diet. So I would definitely try that.
Starved cancer. What do you mean by that?
Go ahead and read that statement, Alia.
I've got cancer and have 2 months. So my friends left me.
Yeah, so the cancer cells, right?
What do they feed on? Azucar,
Yeah.
right? Well, because it's a glycating agent, and the mitochondria, they get a little bit of ATP in the cytoplasm, but it's nominal, because ultimately cancer cells, for 99% of people, don't sustain life very long, do they?
Yeah.
And
Who's the guy that recovered from cancer twice that's doing carnivore? I can't remember his name.
Twice? I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, Sophia Clemens takes care of a lot of people over this, and it is a pretty radical concept and idea. that I mean, basically, we're all terminal, are we not? Remember, it's you're either healthy, diseased, or dead, and we're all transitioning to the dead stage. Some go earlier than others, right? But many people that live a long time are dead a long time ago because they live life with depression and like misery. Have you ever been depressed, Brian?
Yes.
Me
Before
too.
carnivore, I was definitely depressed.
Yeah. I mean, plants, but is depression normal and natural in all humanity sometimes in small amounts?
Sure.
I get yelled at and I get depressed. I go down to the garage. I go into the garage. That usually cheers me up. Or I talk to my brothers, or I smoke a cigar with Mitch. Or we have some iguana tails with Rick. I mean, again, it's tell me what type of work do you do? What's your day job? Because we all have a day job because we're not making money doing this shit.
Yeah, I'm a middle management in for engineering team, network engineering, put it that way.
And what do your colleagues think about your craziness?
They don't really say a whole lot. I used to talk about it a little bit more, but yeah, they don't really say a whole lot. I mean, I guess they respect my privacy or whatever, my choices.
It's
not a bad thing.
They accept you as an outcast into the core group, don't they?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we're Mitch fits and misfits, are we not?
Yeah.
I mean, Ollie and Dr. Nelson have allowed me to be part of their group here.
The opposite.
Well, tell me a little bit about your purpose and your what do you go by on your Wick?
Wikivore.
Yes, the channel name is @Wikivore, but people also know me as Wick Goes Carnivore.
Wick Goes Carnivore. Well, so tell me about what's your purpose, your enjoyment, or your hardships and challenges in this in going online.
Yeah, so I mean, originally I started doing this about, I guess it was about 3 years ago. So I was probably at that point 9 months in on the carnivore diet when I started up the YouTube channel. And it was at first mostly to just kind of promote YouTube and promote other channels. And then I found that I actually kind of like talking myself, So I started talking more about my experiences with it and just the good things that you can get from carnivore and so forth. And then I started doing some interviews. You talked about Rick Charger Mopar. He was my very first interview, like he was for many people, right? So I've done a lot of different interviews. I interviewed Alia back in the day, right? That was, I don't know, probably close to 2.5 years ago or so. So I started doing a lot of that kind of stuff. And for me, my YouTube channel is monetized. I get like $100 check every 4 to 5 months, right? So
wow.
I spend more than I'm actually getting out of that, right? StreamYard itself is like expensive, and I use that for streaming. But so for me, it's more about just helping people out and letting them see the side of carnivore and the benefits that you can get and talking up carnivore, that kind of stuff. And then I do a weekly show that I've been typically doing on Wednesday evenings with another carnivore that we do a live stream. And, the community that's pretty much in almost everybody's live streams, a good amount of them come into that live stream and talk, and we just have a good time talking about different carnivore topics.
I mean, there's just so many beautiful, amazing people telling the story, but isn't it kind of like it's like you're a kid in a candy store and you found the Holy Grail and you just want to, shout it from the top of the mountain?
Yeah. I used to do that a lot with my family. And it's gotten to the point that I just kind of stopped doing it at this point because some of them just get upset with it. But it's interesting as I've gone on and people are seeing that I've done so well with it. There are different like friends and family members that will hit me up and they're like, hey, I started doing carnivore and I'm noticing this or whatever, or ask me different questions. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I kind of got to the point that with my family, I don't really bring it up very much at all anymore. Because you would get that, you'd get the, oh, that can't be good for you. You're not supposed to eat fat, that kind of stuff. And yeah,
I always tell them, yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Go at it. I mean, the food pyramid or the My Plate or the experts and the authorities, nutritionists' advice in general has made us healthier or sicker.
Oh, it's definitely made us sicker.
So why do you think why do they believe this and they're very, very resistant to open up to change?
I think that people in general are resistant to change because it's different and to them it's difficult, and it's a lot easier to just do the same thing you've always been doing, even if your results that you've been getting aren't good. It's part of human nature.
Can everyone become a certified coach, Alia?
Yes, everyone can become certified. Everyone.
Can we become certifiable? Or are we already?
Able to be certified? We're able to be certified, yes.
And do you eat raw eggs, Brian?
I do not. Again, I eat mostly beef. I will eat some eggs, but they're cooked.
Yeah. And so do you, in essence, do you feel as if since you've done this and you've healed despite all the yik yak of your doctors, like it's almost as if there's a calling that to not speak up is actually the real harm to our brothers and sisters, to hide it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. How often do you hear somebody talking or you see them and they're saying something and you think to yourself, if you stopped eating that, you would feel a lot better. Or if you started eating carnivore, you would feel so much better. How often do you do that in a day? I do that all the time.
Well, it's sort of like, well, I talk about infinitely because every consult I talk to, and it's almost like the silence hits. And it's almost like, I think what's happening, they put me on mute. But we do not give up, do we? We keep on sharing it, right? And even for those that, but it is magical. And ultimately, do we really need an explanation why? Or is it just like, just do it?
Yeah.
If
you're feeling horribly and you've been doing one thing your whole life, that you've been doing what they've been telling you to do your whole life, and you feel horribly, you're sick, you might have different diseases, autoimmune diseases, so forth. Why wouldn't you try something else? Like it's a definition of insanity to keep doing the same thing and expect different results. If you've already been doing it your whole life, why would you think it's going to be any different if you keep doing it that way?
Now you're an engineer, because my engineer friends, they're very systematic in the universe. And I always go to my engineer friends when I just really want a really good straight answer. And have you found in some way that your engineering background, this is like you've cleared up the matrix, right? You've actually now zoned in on the truth of all things.
Oh gosh, I wish I had the truth on all these, I don't know.
Do you use mindset, spirituality, or other avenues for helping live in the green living room?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, I mean, I think, and this is like the thing, like I've always been the type of person that tries to reason with things and figure things out. And I'm always the type of person that does research myself instead of just listening to what other people say. And I think that kind of comes from the whole engineering thing. And I think that's what's led me this whole direction, because I knew that I needed to do something different. And once I started doing the research, and I'd hear different things on videos. Like when the very first time I saw a Dr. Barry video, I was like, this guy's freaking nuts. What is he talking about? Right? You're not supposed to do that stuff. But then I said, you know what? My inquiring mind wanted to know. So I started researching things, and I'm like, you know what? As I continue to research this, he's making a lot of sense. This is actually right. So I guess that's how I look at things. I kind of reason things out myself and have to figure it out myself rather than listening to what everybody else says is the answer.
But because I'm the same way. It's I listen to these stories and then I try to sort of package it and repackage it to put it out there and understand what it really means and how to sort of function. It took me a while to figure out this God guy. Until I figured out the secret. It's us. We're the God. It's kind of like what they say, Akam, stupidly simple, right? The simple answer is the answer. And all these great conversations. Alia, let's hit up a couple of the starred cues, shall we? If Dr. Nelson has any comments, throw them out there.
So carnivore, and now, is PVC the same as A-Fib?
No.
Okay.
Is it another form of an arrhythmia?
Yes.
Is it caused by inflammation?
Absolutely.
Does fat cause inflammation or plants?
No. High-fat diet is an anti-inflammatory diet.
LPS, lipopolysaccharides. Are the lipids the antigenic inflammatory part of the LPS, or is it the sugar?
It's the sugars.
Sugar.
This is not really a question, but it is. Follow the money. What car does your doctor drive? Where does he or she go on vacation? That's not necessarily a good question either.
I've never stalked my doctor that much.
I fly airplanes, jets, and Porsches. Okay.
You can't fly a Porsche.
What's my mission in life? More money or more mommies?
More mommies.
What I've learned is when you chase money, you'll be chased down and you'll end up on Jeffrey Island or in his last place of residence. But when you chase the purpose of life, it's all you need.
That's right. Here we go. Amy, why, in your opinion, do you think A-Fib gets reversed on carnivore? It's very interesting that multiple carnivores have reversed this condition. And do you think the crap food is the real cause? Brian?
Yes, I think the crap food is the real cause. I have
And the crap food is mostly
the plants.
Plants
that are processed very highly as well. But
plants. The simple plants and protein are the deadly diet for humanity because we're missing the only thing that matters is high fat diet. But the pyramid says you should have like 7 to 9 servings of grains, 6 to 11 servings of bread, cereal, rice, pasta.
Yeah.
Domesticated doo-doo.
And the people that do that, they're all hurting, right? They're sick.
But remember, who owns the food companies and who funds the pharmaceutical and the wait a minute, the scientific publications and the studies.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's all the same people. Some
Yep.
Some pharmaceutical companies, food companies, even tobacco companies,
Brian,
insurance companies might be owned by the same chain of corporations.
Corporations, yeah.
And then
Brian,
they have clinics, they have pharmacies. I think they probably, under some other corporations, have funeral homes as well.
well, they own the casket world. It's all VC owned now, right? I always say from it'll come to me in a second. But I want to know how many times Brian was listed in his emails to Jeffrey Island.
0 times.
I don't know how my name got listed there. I swear I've never knew the guy or never been there, right?
Your name's in the list? Your name's on the list? You're joking, right? You better be joking.
I don't know, actually. Maybe. Dr. Nelson? Have we
social
searched
media
Dr. Nelson's emails?
It hasn't shown up in social media yet. So
What is this question, Dr. Nelson, about?
Okay.
Go ahead and read it, Alia, please.
The standard recovery for a complete tear, is 4 to 6 months. You did it into, what did your physical therapist say?
So I got to be completely honest here. I didn't go to a physical therapist. I did it all myself. But basically, I have a background coaching youth sports, so I have a little bit of certification there in, that kind of stuff. Like, you have to be certified with like knowing for concussions and different injuries and so forth and stuff like that. Like one of the youth sports that I coach was youth football, tackle football. So I kind of have a good background about different things there. And I knew how to kind of, work out your body when you've had an injury to rebuild that muscle and so forth. Right. So for me, it was eating meat, right? Eating, especially the beef, staying away from all the stuff that's going to cause inflammation, and slowly stretching, and then eventually doing more muscular type of things to build up the muscle again. And so yeah, for me, I was astonished at how quickly it happened. I expected that it would take a while, but I didn't see an actual therapist, so I can't answer that part. I don't know.
Isn't the best way to heal is to rest? A physical therapist did not exist. So ultimately, the best way to heal anything is to fast and rest.
Yeah. At the beginning, yes. Yes, I completely agree.
You got to get up and move, but healing happens through rest. Pain, what is pain meant to tell you to do?
To stop. Stop doing it. That hurts.
Don't make it difficult. When you rest, you heal, you move. Yeah. But again, we make it complicated. You need a TENS unit. You need all this stuff. You need a therapist. Well, we all need therapists. I like Mitch as my best therapist.
Okay, next question. At what point will someone not need to supplement electrolytes daily? Month 3 strict, feel low without them.
If you feel low without them, continue using them. There's no. I don't think there's a standard answer for that.
Well,
Except
ultimately, I mean, when were supplements
using them-
developed? When were supplements developed?
I'm going to find out right now.
I know
I
it's
mean-
definitely become a huge industry since like the 90s, right? In the last 30 years.
Yeah,
Who sells supplements?
we do.
Kiltz does.
Thousands of years ago, they've been supplements have been used for thousands of years in the form of plants, but the first vitamins were early 1900s. Ancient-
Linus Pauling, vitamin C. You think did he have any ownership in selling vitamin C, by the way?
Yes.
Don't know.
Were you ever a vegan or a vegetarian, Brian?
No, I've always loved meat.
Me too.
I used to eat a bunch of vegetables, though. Matter of fact, one of my big downfalls, I think, was I used to eat a lot of spinach, baby spinach, stuff like that. I used to make a shake, like a protein shake, where I put a bunch of spinach in it. And then I wanted to know why, like, I always had joint pain and stuff, right?
Well,
Is
you
it high
said
in oxalates? I don't know.
You said protein. What do you call it? A protein?
A protein shake? Yeah, or you
What
put
was in your
protein powder
protein
in.
shake?
It was typically, okay, so it would be protein powder.
From what? Where'd the protein powder come from?
Peace.
From some company that was making money off of me.
You're right. Yo, no, good.
So be that. It would be almond milk instead of real milk, almond milk. And then baby spinach was basically what I put in it.
Spinach, oxalates, almonds, oxalate.
Right, and cyanide and fiber, fermentable. I mean, poisons. I mean, what plant says, "Oh, come and eat me"? I mean, think about our world. We smoke them, we grind them, we eat them, we inject them, we drink them, we sniff them and snort them, right? And are we dumb?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Who snorts a ribeye steak, Dr. Kiltz?
You're right. I went to Ocean Prime last night, which is mostly a fish place, but they have good steaks. And I always say raw, black and blue. And it's kind of hard no matter what they do. It's more Pittsburgh rare, which is different than black and blue. Like, I want it to be mooing. You basically want to take a torch to it, and that's it. Move on.
All right. Let's see. Chris, is there a way to recognize artificial meat products without labeling? Currently, we only know with gastrointestinal distress. Go to a butcher.
All right. Okay. I'm just want to. So the question is, what is beef or cow meat made from?
Cow that's
Grass.
eating plants.
Plants.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So you either have a industrial plant converting the plants to meat, or nature's plant, a cow, to make the meat, all from plants.
Yeah.
Find a butcher, find a local farmer. That's how you're going to know your meat's good. Find a local farmer. They need our support.
Hunt.
Yeah.
But I want to know, 50,000 years ago, did we wait for the cook or the fire to eat the food?
I'm going to find out. But yes, 50,000 years ago, I think so. We were still cooking with gas.
How do you know? Well, again,
Yeah,
you're
right.
out in the wilderness, you kill the animal, and then you're going to carry it to the fire.
You haven't eaten in a month.
You haven't
You're
eaten
hungry.
in a month. You're going to say, well, I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
Like, that's our problem. Raw meat is healthy. What civilization has ever thrived and survived on raw plants for their entire lifetime?
I don't know, but they're probably sick.
Or domesticated?
Mm.
How do you domesticate a lion? Feed it kibble. How do you domesticate a human being? Kibble.
Mm.
I want to know who Kibble was.
This is what AI
Any more
says.
cues?
No, we don't have any more cues yet. But
What
this
does
is
Rick
what
gotta
AI
say?
says. He said, like, raw food if you don't mind parasites. Raw meat if you don't mind parasites.
All right. How do they know we were cooking our meat or our food 780,000 years ago? Is that theoretical?
Yeah.
Or
They found ash. They found ash in the mud, in the dirt.
well, okay.
But were we just using fire for something else to stay
either
warm?
argument is theoretical.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
We don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
Then maybe they cooked some food and didn't cook all their food too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
well,
We're
maybe they
there.
cooked the plants, okay, because or you cooked the animal meat that you found laying around that was sitting around for a while, and you figured you needed to cook it to kill the microbes on the outside in order to get to the inside. But again, is it healthier to actually Kellogg Kimball? I love that. Is it healthier to eat raw meat or cooked meat? Alia, what's the book?
Oh, it's right here. Pottinger's Cats. Oops, that's the book. Read it.
Raw meat, raw milk, healthier than cooked or pasteurized.
Mhm.
You know, you go in the kitchen, you got the cow hanging, you take your knife and you cut it and you eat it and you go back in the living room and watch sports.
At your house.
Kind of what we did, right?
Yeah. All right. No more questions yet. I wanted to ask Brian, because when we talked before, you mentioned how you used to get angry a lot. I think that's what you said. And I wanted you to talk a little bit about that. And carnivore.
Yeah, like more short fuse type of thing, right? You know, you get upset, angry really quickly, especially when I was driving. So I live in Northern Virginia, you know, the DC area. It's very trafficy. I mean, you can be sitting in traffic for like half of your life, it seems like. So I used to get very angry with traffic and not being able to move and that kind of stuff. And, you know, that's just one of the things, like, I would notice that my emotion would change quickly. That's probably a better way of putting it, right? And as I went on in carnivore over the first couple of years, I noticed more of a calmness. And there's lots of things I used to get upset about that I don't get upset with anymore. So it's just like you have this better mental clarity, calmness about you, all that kind of stuff. You know, you put it all together and it's just completely different. You hear people talk about that all the time, the mental clarity side of thing. So you get rid of the brain fog and that. And I think it's a real thing. Like, eating all the plants tends to clog your memory. And like you say, Dr. Kiltz, it probably has a lot to do with fat, right? Our brains need fat and we're not eating the fat. And then you go to this type of a diet and you're eating a lot of fat and you're getting the proper brain function.
Well, it's actually because the fat you eat suppresses the microbes in the gut. Microbes are fermenting. And what does fermentation make? Alcohol, aldehydes, heat gas, and methane. And plus the plants contain substances that damage the brain. So if you have a damaged brain, it's psychotic, schizophrenic, depression, anxiety, suicidality. I mean, basically our brain is damaged on a standard diet. That's why Palmer and Eads wrote about the fact that keto and carnivore reduces inflammation in the brain, makes you better, cures the diseases, which are caused by what?
The plants.
The plants and low fat. Plants and protein, low fat. Put that back up there, Alia. Put that one back up there.
Yeah, it's here. It's here.
No, that isn't the oyster one.
Oh,
Oyster.
oysters. This one? I'm eating 5 oysters right
This
now.
one right here. Okay,
Oh,
look
okay.
at. Okay. So all cells of all organisms contain a glycocalyx. They contain a membrane made of phospholipids, and they include embedded proteins. So generally when you eat an oyster, is it dead?
I don't know. A raw oyster?
No, because they've just shucked it and here you're eating it, right? They're live, but ultimately all cells contain sugars, proteins, and fats. And so even when the cell is dead, you're still getting protein, sugars, and fats. So I don't know the glycogen load in an oyster, but we forget about the glycocalyx, which is the sugar layer that coats every membrane of every cell. Which is, go ahead, Alia.
Let's do this question. So Nathaniel Carter, good morning. I'm 16 with stress fracture in left leg. Does eating fatty meat help? I love carnivore and doing better. I'm growing stronger.
What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps, but like you had mentioned before, fasting is very good for recovery too. Especially when it's been at least 48-hour fast. So I think that's a big key. I was doing a lot of fasting when I was recovering from my hamstring tear.
So fasting requires 3 to 5 days of no food to truly empty the gut. That's the magic of it. Empty gut, full life. Because the fermentation bucket is our biggest problem, even for most carnivores. Most carnivores eat a low-fat or a high-fat diet. Low-fat. Low-fat. I see most carnivores, they eat cooked meat, and what happens to the fat when you cook the meat? It's gone.
It's cooked off.
Yes, and so back to Podger's cats, and our problem is most meat you buy, chicken, fish, and turkey, how much fat does it have on it? None.
All right. Lions standing for podcast. Brian, how do you continue to stay so awesome?
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Check is in the mail.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I'm going to do the giveaway real quick. I'm pressing the button.
Press the button. We appreciate like, subscribe, shares, comment, and complaints. Go to Dr. Nelson.
Jerry Vautuche. I'm going to call it Jerry Vautuche. Please email me, alia@drkiltz.com, and we will get you a t-shirt. I'll put my email in the chat. Sorry, a baseball cap.
And hopefully everyone here is a member of the tribe, so we have all your contact information in the membership of the tribe.
That's right. And you can sign up. There's a little QR code right here to sign up for the tribe. It's right on the screen, and you can just scan that in the tribe.
What time is Mitch on? And we got all of our carnivore brothers, a list of everyone's lives. Coach Carnivore Bob, and so really making sure we have a list of where's everyone live in the community on the Kiltz Mighty Tribe list.
Sure. Email me and I'll get it on the events list.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Just to have it for everyone. It's kind of like the TV guide. Everyone, where we used to get TV guide. Is there still a TV guide, by the way?
They're not a book. You can like kind of like on your TV.
Well, what's
How much does it cost to be a member of the Kiltz Mighty Tribe?
very, very, very expensive. Very
That's right.
expensive.
Your
And
email.
everyone should be an ambassador. Everyone is an ambassador and a coach and a cheerleader. Real important.
Mitch is about to start. He's got his finger on the button. Mitch, we're gonna
All right,
end in a second, and then people just go straight over to Mitch. And then
Wait a
go to
minute.
Tribe.
Do not go over to Mitch's channel, because he's grumpy and
That's why they're there.
yes.
We love Mitch.
We love Mitch. Mitch
you
is
gonna
going
be
to come
like
over
Mitch
and
when
hang
you
out with
grow
Kiltz,
up?
I think, on the 16th of April.
Nice. I'll put that on the calendar. Are you gonna be like Mitch when you grow up, Dr. Kiltz?
Well, he's way too old.
All right. Oh, we got.
By the way, Mitch had a front row view to the launch this week.
Oh wow,
He lives right there.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Where'd the launch go?
To the moon.
Again,
Was anyone on
Around
it?
the moon.
4 people.
apparently.
And where are they going?
They're gonna go
Are they
around the
going
moon
to
and come
land on
back.
the moon? Are they going to
They're
land
not
on the
gonna
moon?
land. No, they're not gonna
Okay.
land. They're gonna
They're-
go around the moon and come back.
Why? They need to go.
It's-
They need to go farther. Go to Mars.
Well, no, actually,
Go to
the
Hollywood.
best
They're
place
taking the scenic route.
the first thing to do is do it on the moon. Get good about what you're doing close by, then figure out how to go further than that. I mean, it makes no sense to, I mean, ultimately, Christopher Columbus and many others, they first tried some short trips before they took the long trip, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna be like, this is all done in Hollywood. I'm one
Well,
of those
you got
people.
another, remember, at
Oh, yeah, we got-
20s, at
At
59,
59.
20,
It's gonna be a little bit
or
before
somewhere in that, or maybe 59. I don't know. Really, it's great to have you, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really honor what you're doing, and everyone else, thank you for stopping in, putting your comments, liking, disliking, and can't do this without Dr. Nelson and Aliyah around the globe.
We love you guys.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Brian.